The body is not your enemy. The body is actually the vessel through which spirit talks to you, through which your soul talks to you. And in this video, we are going to be talking about the holistic and spiritual tips that you can apply to your weight loss journey and kickstart your healthy lifestyle journey. And this video is absolutely for you if you are an empath and or a sensitive soul. Before we get into it, please make sure that you subscribe and like this video so that I know that you kind of like this content, and make sure that you join the waitlist for my new healthy lifestyle recipe cookbook coming out this September of 2023. There are going to be chapters that are going to guide you through this spiritual weight loss journey, and multiple and many recipes, more than 90 recipes that are gluten-free and dairy-free for mind, body, and soul. So make sure that you get on it, because it's, oh my god, it's been a work in progress for the past year, but I'm so excited to be sharing that with you. All right, let's get right into it, because I'm hoping that with this video you're going to find the vibration alignment to ditch the old mentality and to embrace this new way of living and being. So I'm going to start with, it is not your fault. It's the environment that you live in. It's the society that it's presenting you with a solution, that it's keeping you stuck in this toxic cycle. Because many of you think that you need to be on a diet to lose weight. But dieting is not the sustainable approach for longevity. Dieting keeps you stuck because the diet mentality is like, well, I'm going to restrict for X amount of time, then I'm going to reach my goal weight, and then I can binge after it, because it's not sustainable, right? So I want you to think a little bit like bigger and long term, to be like, every time that a new trend is coming out, ask yourself, can I do this for the rest of my life? Because if you can achieve this thought process right now, that will save you multiple health issues, multiple struggles with your body in the long run. And if you hear a no from like your soul saying like, I cannot eat grapes for the rest of my life without any protein. I mean, there's the grape diet I'm thinking of, or keto diet. Like, this high amount of protein in your diet, is that sustainable for the long run? The body is always changing. So to me, when I realized that the sustainable approach was to find my own inner flow and access my own inner wisdom, which you can absolutely do that. And I have a whole program on how to access body wisdoms and understand your food energetics, and what food you can metabolize, called Intuitiva. If you want, you can apply now. But there is a whole different approach to food and lifestyle. But right now, I want you to ask, is this something that I can continue for the rest of my life? Which leads me to the next step, which is, the body is just a vessel. And the more angry you are at the body for not responding to you, like, oh my god, I'm frustrated that you're not losing the weight, and you're stuck, and you kind of keep this unhealthy energy towards your body, the more the body is going to resist, because the body is like freaking out that you're like abusing it. Honestly, you're going on a diet, you're taking pills to like lose the weight, you are exercising the body until like it fully like drained of its life force, and the body is like, I'm honestly going to protect myself from you, like from this person who is in this body, who is not treating me the right way. So instead of fighting your body, you need to work with it. Instead of being like, why am I having so many sugar cravings? Like, I want you to ask yourself deeper questions, like, why? What's going on? What are my cravings connected to? Where is that I'm out of balance? Because maybe I'm stressed out over here at work and I'm depleted, so I come home and I binge on sugar because emotionally I cannot take this. This is my root cause, not the sugar. Okay, but you keep focusing on the sugar part, on your health issues, rather than saying, okay, health issues, like if I'm having an ankle problem, why? What's going on? Where do I not feel supported? Ankles are and knees are like the support system of the body. And also, like, am I pushing the body too much? Like, I've had many clients actually, because I used to be a massage therapist in my earlier days, and they would come back with injuries, and I was like, you're pushing your body too much, and you're like 70 years old and you behave like a 30 years old, and you're not listening, you're not going with the flow of where your body is at. So you're resisting this stage, which we call like the aging process. Okay, now many of you try to change the body, to push it into looking younger and not gaining the weight and remaining thin. But I want you to understand this: the body is the body. It's like the temple of your soul, and is going inevitably to change throughout the course of the years. If you treat it well and with respect, you can minimize those changes. For example, I am telling you that my body has changed so much. I have 2 kids. You know, I've gained 40 pounds each with my 2 kids, but with respect, with the knowledge that I'm providing you today, I was able to bring it back, and I didn't force myself to lose weight. I waited. It took me a year or 2. I rested more. I didn't push it. I literally listened to what my body was telling me in terms of cravings, and I went with it without any judgment, without any guilt, without any shame. Okay, so I want you to really anchor into the fact that the body is just a mirror, and here is what, you know, the spirit, or like your soul, is going to talk you through, is going to be the body, and is going to be most of the time the finances. So if spirit, if the universe wants to get your attention, saying like, hey, you're not paying attention to, like, you're out of alignment in your career, you're out of alignment in this relationship, okay, and we're going to take a look at like the 4 things that are actually impacting your weight. The body's always going to speak to you, like either your body's gonna hurt or your finances, okay? But today we're gonna focus on the body. Now, the 4 actually impactful things in your life, so we're talking about holistic approach, that are impacting your weight are relationship, career, your mindset and self-talk, and your soul injuries. Okay, let's deep dive into all of them. Relationships. So for example, every time that I was in the wrong relationship, I had gained weight, I had vaginitis, I had stomach aches, and last one, which was a very abusive relationship, I was borderline diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. I healed myself, and that's possible for you, even if you're like on the far end. But I want you to know that the relationship was not aligned. So when I left the relationship, the body came back to normal. Okay, I was just in a stress response because the body was just like, pay attention to me right now. Like, this is wrong. This is not aligned. So that's the relationship field. The career, you know, it's the same thing. Like, you may be suddenly having like headaches constantly, backaches, and I don't know, digestive issues and things like that, because you're so stressed out that you hate your job, but you stick with it because you think that that's the only solution that you have, which, believe me, it's a lie. Okay, you're just afraid to change, and most of you have a deep fear that if you admit to yourself that this is the wrong relationship, your life will fall apart. Now, I can tell you that, yeah, you may be going through a spiritual awakening. That doesn't mean that it's wrong. That doesn't mean that it's not part of your path. And that doesn't mean that it's not going to take you to anything greater than your life right now. And then the last 2 is mindset and self-talk. So for example, the way you speak to your body matters. The energy. If you're frustrated and you're throwing a tantrum to your body, the body is just going to resist you. If you talk to your body with self-love, the body is going to receive it, listen, and let go. And the last part is your soul injury, which is the trauma that you've experienced. So this is more of a spiritual root cause that is coming in to be like, you know, whatever happened, like I went through a very traumatic experience, and that creates a blockage in the chi, in your energy flow. So that could cause like a lot of sore throat because your throat chakra is blocked. And the way you can do that is I provide these healing sessions that are removing those blockages that are stored in your subconscious mind, and or channeling and healing through energy, so you can still apply to those. But what I want you to know, what I want you to take from this video is that the body is working for you, not against you. That you need to be open to listen, open to see the real truth of where you're at in your life, and pay attention to these 4 areas and see what you can change right now. And let me know in the comments which one applies to you the most. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.